Mr. McLeod,
Contempt for what?
Mr. McLeod, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question, or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the charges.
Mr. McLeod is in contempt of court taken into custody.
Really? That's it.
This courtroom hearing is absolute chaos from start to finish. Mr. McLeod stands accused of assaulting a police officer, but instead of addressing the charges, he goes full sovereign citizen, insisting the court has no authority over him. He shouts, interrupts, and throws around made-up legal jargon in a bizarre attempt to defend himself. But the judge isn't having any of it, shutting him down again and again with firm authority. Things escalate quickly, and by the end, the judge has no choice but to hold him in contempt and throw him in a jail cell for the night. It's a mix of frustrating and hilarious, watching someone so confident in complete nonsense get absolutely steamrolled by the legal system. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Now let's dive right in.
Do you understand your right to a lawyer, including a court-appointed lawyer?
I understand that.
Okay. And do you wish to represent yourself instead of having an attorney?
Yeah, I'm here by special appearance, and I will be representing myself.
Okay. I'm required by law before I accept that waiver to do a couple things. One, advise you of the maximum penalties that you could face for the charges that you're in my court for. Resisting, obstructing conservation officers is a high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years in prison and or $1,000 fine. There's a habitual offender second notice that's been filed by the prosecutor, which would make that a felony punishable by up to 3 years and or $1,000 fine. And marine safety operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days and or a $100 to $500 fine. Do you understand the maximum penalty for the charges against you?
Well, I don't even really understand why I'm here, honestly.
Pay close attention to how calm this judge stays throughout the hearing. Despite all the interruptions and absurd legal rambling, he genuinely tries to give Mr. McLeod a fair chance. Honestly, the judge's patience is almost impressive, especially as Mr. McLeod keeps acting like he doesn't understand the most basic legal concepts. But what do you guys think? Is this guy actually out of his mind, or is he just putting on a show to dodge accountability? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. Do you understand the maximum penalty that I just explained to you?
No.
Hold on. I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things.
Well, I need to establish a couple things too, honestly.
Hold on. Well, I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things, or I'm going to be in trouble.
Okay.
Do you understand that the maximum penalty that you could face for the charges that you're here for is up to 3 years in prison and or a $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. So
what is it that you don't understand? Do you not understand how long 3 years is, or how much the fine is that I've articulated? Can you tell me what it is you don't understand?
I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me because there's no established jurisdiction.
That's not what I'm asking you right now. Well, I'll let you place whatever objections you want on the record, Mr. McLeod. I promise you that. Okay. Can we just go one step at a time? So do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as charged? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine?
Well, I have another question because the statutory jurisdiction doesn't exist under the Constitution. So in order for me to defend myself, could you please tell me where the published rules of conduct are for criminal statutory jurisdiction, or where I can find the nature and cause of this jurisdiction, or how this information exists?
No, I don't even understand what you're asking.
So you're saying this is a statutory jurisdiction under what? The statutes of Michigan, correct?
Mr. McLeod, I've told you what my jurisdiction is.
General jurisdiction.
The people of the state of Michigan voted to convene a constitutional convention in 1961.
Sure.
There was a constitutional convention in 1961 and 1962. They proposed a state constitution. The voters of the state of Michigan ratified that in 1963. Article 6 establishes the judicial power, and the circuit court is a court under that judicial power of Article 6 of the state constitution. And so you're here in my court. I have subject matter jurisdiction over those crimes. I have personal jurisdiction over you because you've been alleged to have committed them in our county. That's my jurisdiction. So, Mr. McLeod, you want to represent yourself? Do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face of 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
One second.
I can see why his attorney withdrew. Oh, shit.
Hang on, someone in the prosecutor's office is not muted. I'm going to remove you from the meeting at this time.
Oh,
Prosecutor's office is generally allowed to attend to observe. They've participated. I'm removing.
Honestly, she wasn't wrong at all. This moment was so raw and unfiltered. You can't help but laugh, and I have no idea how the judge managed to keep a straight face. Seriously, though, how does something like this even happen in Courtroom? Maybe she was just an older lady caught up in the absurdity of it all. But either way, it perfectly summed up what everyone in that room was thinking about Mr. McLeod. And let's be real, it makes total sense why his attorney withdrew. This guy is sitting there flipping through a messy stack of papers, convinced he's about to find some made-up law bullet that'll magically get him off the hook. It's like he genuinely believes he's about to pull off the legal version of a magic trick. Meanwhile, the judge, the prosecutor, and probably everyone else already know exactly how this is going to end. But Mr. McLeod, he's acting like he's cracked the code to the justice system. In reality, he's just digging himself into a deeper hole. You really have to wonder, what do sovereign citizens actually think is going to happen? Do they honestly believe the judge is suddenly going to stand up and say, you know what? You're right. Case dismissed? It's like watching someone try to win a game they don't even know the rules to. And by the end, that little comment from the prosecutor just feels like the perfect cherry on top. Because if you were in her shoes, you'd probably be thinking the exact same thing. What's even crazier is how committed these sovereign citizens are to their nonsense. Mr. McLeod's there, shuffling papers and quoting fake laws like it means something, and it's just so entertaining to watch. The guy is wildly delusional. All right, let's get back into it.
Mr. McLeod, do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face?
1 second. Okay, so in enforcement of mere statutes, judges of all courts do not act judicially and are thus are not protected and qualified by limited immunity. That's Owen versus the city. I just want to state a few things for the record since you're claiming this is a jurisdiction under statutory law.
Hang on. Mr. McLeod, can we back it? Look at me for a second. Can we talk here?
I challenged subject matter jurisdiction. Nothing can go forward until that's addressed. You're saying
I did address it and I denied your objection. I have subject matter
jurisdiction doesn't exist under the Constitution.
Your objection is noted. So, Mr. McLeod, do you understand? Let me explain to you.
Sure.
Sometimes, as I said, people might want to represent themselves, but let's say they have limited intellectual capacity and they don't understand.
At this point, it's not even savage. It's just straight up facts. You got this guy fumbling through a pile of random papers, quoting completely made-up laws, and the judge is calmly dismantling him without even raising his voice. It's like a professional roast in real time, and honestly, you've got to respect it. The judge is calling it exactly how it is. No yelling, no drama, just pure control and authority. Moments like this are the perfect reminder of why the judge is always the sharpest person in the room.
To establish that they know what's going on before I can allow them to represent themselves. I'm required to establish, do you comprehend, do you know the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as a result of this charge? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine. Do you understand that, Mr. McLeod?
So I'd like to state for the record that
Mr. McLeod, stop.
the court can be.
Stop, Mr. McLeod. If you don't understand it, I'm going to revoke your right to represent yourself and have an attorney represent you because I can't establish that you know what you're doing. So do you know the maximum penalty that you would face?
Your Honor, I've challenged this court's jurisdiction. You haven't established it yet. You said you have a statutory jurisdiction which doesn't exist under the Constitution. I'm trying to figure out where I stand with this. So I can't answer any of your questions until you answer some of mine.
That's not how it works. Are you refusing to answer my question?
No, I'm
Then answer it. Do you understand the maximum penalty that you face for this charge?
So judges who become involved in enforcement of
Mr.
your
McLeod,
statutes,
I have other matters. Mr. McLeod,
involved agency.
you know, I understand you want to object to things, and you're going to be allowed to object to things, okay?
Sure.
But we have to do things one step at a time. And I do have other cases today. I'm not going to entertain this for like a whole hour. I've got other cases going on. If you want to dig in your heels and just make this real complicated or real difficult, we could do that. And I can hold you in contempt, and you'll go back to a jail cell for a while.
No, Your
and then
Honor,
we'll
I don't wish to be held in contempt. I just wish to exercise my Sixth Amendment right.
That's fine.
And
So before I can let you under,
I can
before I
cite
can,
laws. I can cite laws that will show you that the exercise of a right can be converted into a crime. I'm trying to understand the nature and cause of the action against me. You're not clarifying enough to where I can comprehend it, as you say.
you can comprehend the maximum penalty that you would face.
I'm not answering any of those questions until you establish that this is a court of the Constitution, has jurisdiction under these jurisdictions.
I established it. I told you. You might think I'm wrong, and you can appeal.
There's no such thing as a statutory jurisdiction.
Mr. McLeod, let me make this simple for you. Do you ever watch, let me make this simple for you.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you this question one more time. One more time.
Okay.
Two things are going to happen. You are either going to answer my question, or I'm going to hold you summarily in contempt, and the court officer will bring you to a jail cell, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. You understand that?
So,
Mr. McLeod,
contempt for what?
Mr. McLeod, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question, or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the charges.
Mr. McLeod is in contempt of court, taken into custody.
Really? That's it. Protecting my rights is what you said last time. I'm sorry.
Fucking Joe.
This isn't true. You guys
You'll
are
have to follow
following
unconstitutional
following
orders.
unlawful orders. It's not
Not a
constitutional at all.
thing.
Mr. McLeod's in contempt, he's sentenced to 1 day. Mr. McLeod, your sentence is 1 day in jail. We'll reconvene tomorrow and get you
This is about
notice.
the Constitution. I did nothing wrong except to question and exercise my right.
This guy is honestly just a joke. Watching him try to play a lawyer when he clearly has no idea what he's doing is seriously embarrassing. Like, why didn't he just get an attorney? It's not only common sense, it's a basic right. Under the Sixth Amendment, you can literally get a free public defender if you can't afford one. And judging by those flashy sunglasses, money probably isn't even the issue. Instead, he's out here flipping through random papers and spouting off nonsense that holds zero weight in an actual courtroom. And you can literally see the judge trying to help him out at first, speaking slowly, being respectful, explaining things. But even the most patient judge can only take so much before they have to shut it down. What blows my mind the most is how confident this guy looks while completely embarrassing himself. He's sitting there like he's about to crack the Da Vinci Code of legal loopholes, when really all he had to do was answer a basic yes or no question. It's not that hard. And let's not forget, this isn't traffic court. He's facing a serious charge, assaulting a police officer. That's a felony in most states, with potential prison time of up to 3 years or more. Instead of addressing the charge, working out a plea, or presenting any kind of real defense, he's just wasting time, the courts, and now he's earned himself an extra night in jail on top of it. The judge even tells him flat out that nothing he's saying applies to the case. But McLeod? He's locked in his own little fantasy, convinced he's winning some legal battle that only exists in his head. And while it is entertaining, there's a sad side to this too. Sovereign citizen ideology isn't just nonsense. It's often rooted in delusion. These folks genuinely believe they're above the law based on debunked legal theories that courts have been tossing out since the 1990s. But that's not how the legal system works. Judges are legally obligated to uphold real law, not someone's personal interpretation of it. And the consequences here are very real. A felony conviction could cost him basic rights like voting or owning a firearm, and of course, prison time. So yeah, that wraps up my breakdown of this wild hearing. If you guys enjoyed the clip, let me know in the comments. What you think? Is Mr. McLeod actually unstable, or is he just putting on an act to avoid responsibility? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more courtroom chaos. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.